Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Who Bulletin. Welcome back. It's been a couple weeks, and for some of you, it's been about an hour. Sorry about that. I put the wrong time on the stream. We always stream at 7 here, so that hopefully that should have been a given as to where I was, not coming on at 6 o'clock. You have to forgive me this evening. I've planned a lot of stuff with the Who Bulletin this year. I'm moving it to an every other week live stream, which I think is fun because it gives us more to talk about every other week, and it means that in the weeks in between we can just play a bit more on Twitch, which is a lot of fun as well. This week, I am afraid though, despite having waited 2 weeks for some Doctor Who news, I am a little bit ill, so we'll not be doing a whole evening, unfortunately, on Twitch, but we will be doing the Doctor Who live stream. I felt like I owed you that much at the very least. And there's a lot to talk about. So welcome everyone, one and all, to our latest Who Bulletin, where we get to talk about some actual Doctor Who news for once. There are some pressing news stories this week with the worlds of Doctor Who. If we get a bit of time, we'll do our Hoodle and we'll do our 13 as per. But the big story, or at least the big thing, well, let's talk about the actual fucking news for a start. Let's start with the news. Here's the news. Doctor Who writers for Season 2 have been confirmed, which is very exciting. These 4 writers I'm very, very excited about. One of the biggest criticisms, I think, of the previous series, at least from a structural perspective, is, very much that it was just Russell doing a lot of the writing. So, having some guest writers is absolutely the right direction and the way to go for the future of the show, and I'm very excited that we're actually leading into that a little bit. I was worried that wasn't going to be the case, but here we are. We've got some great ones. Pete McTeague, of course, is probably the most familiar returning writer. He wrote Kablam and Praxius, as well as all of the little short films for the Blu-ray releases, and The War Between the Land and the Sea. Juno Dawson, of course, very well known for writing and I believe starring in the Doctor Who Redacted podcast series. I listened to half of it. I thought it was very good. It just wasn't my medium. I don't listen to Big Finish either, so it's nothing personal. But I'm very excited about Juno Dawson, someone who has been widely regarded as one of the best up and coming writers for Who, by a lot of fans. So I'm very excited to see what her episode will be. And also fantastic to see our first trans Doctor Who writer. Very exciting to see. And hopefully that sort of will breathe a little bit of new perspective. And after years and years and years again of having middle-aged straight, not always straight I suppose, but middle-aged white men, it'll be nice to have some new blood there. Noah Ellams and Sharma Angel Walfall as well, who I'm not as familiar with their work, but I'm excited all the same. I think it's important, especially in the writing department, to get variety and diversity with the people you're bringing on. The reason I think that is because I think you write from the different walks of life that you've had and different perspectives that you've had. And I think one thing that the first main line, and obviously Joe Martin, the Fugitive Doctor, first actual Doctor of Colour, but the first person of colour to play a mainline Doctor, Ncuti Gatwa. I think the one thing he really needed actually was a person of colour writing for him as well. I think it adds something, in the same way that bringing women into the writing room for Jodie Whittaker's era, I think, was very important as well. There's certain things that you're just not going to get from the same writers that have been doing the show for however many years when you try something new. So I'm very excited about this. You can read this article. It's been out for a couple of days now, and you can find out all that you need to know about their previous works and how excited they are about being on the show. It's very exciting. It's very, very exciting, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with these sort of new writers, and obviously bringing back Pete McTeague is great as well. I think as a familiar face from the Chibnall era. Overall, very excited about this. I think this is very good news. Knowing that there's only going to be 8 episodes and we've got 4 guest writers, that at the very least opens up the idea of going, well, we can presume Russell's doing 4, which is still a lot, but then that also leaves room for, considering he didn't do the Christmas special, that's better than what we had this year, which was very much 6 episodes by Russell and two guest writers. This is 4 guest writers and 4 by Russell, so I'll take that. Given that Russell's probably doing the 2-part finale and at the very least the opening episode, he's always going to do at least 3. So it's nice to see actually that there's just more variation this year and a little bit more sort of fresh creative energy, hopefully. I'm not like ratting on Russell. I just think no matter who the writer is, show running it, you got to have a bit of variation, and it's great to see some diversity in the variation of writers they've got this year, which is very fun. I'm very excited about that. Also, yeah, welcome to the stream, everyone. Hope you're all doing well. Sorry I'm not engaging that much today. Doctor Who Mania, Mr. Scarlo, Dr. Master, Sean O'Brien, On the Underhenge, Ben, Harry Hughes, Mr. Scarlo, Tom Haynes, and everyone else who is watching at home. Welcome. If this is your first time to the Who Bulletin, welcome to the show. We do this every other week, and we talk about Doctor Who news, and I just ramble about it for a little bit, and give my hot takes and opinions. And in this case, very excited about it. So the big story, I guess, not a story as much, but the biggest thing that people have been talking about this week that I kind of teased that I would talk about before the writers got announced was actually this. Now we're going to talk about why this is very silly and why people are getting a bit wound up over it, but also discussing the possibility of it. So for those not in the know, Bad Wolf, the production company and studio who makes Doctor Who now, as of the 60th anniversary specials, have put up a advertisement advertising their studio spaces. We loved having Doctor Who and Dope Girls film with us during 2024 and are excited to welcome new production to Cardiff in 2025. We have 140,000 square foot of stage space supported by offices, workshops, edit suites, backlot and secure unit parking areas. If you would like more information about Wolf Studios Wales, drop us a line. We'd be delighted to hear from you. So a lot of people have run straight into this and went, yeah, Doctor Who has been cancelled, because we haven't heard any updates from Disney and everyone's starting to shit themselves because they've put up their studios for advertisement. Now, bearing in mind, my first thought when I read this was the same. I thought, oh, that's interesting, and I saw a lot of people talking about it and thought, oh, this is very interesting that they're advertising that. However, that ain't the case. Just because loved having Doctor Who is in the past tense. They filmed Doctor Who in 2024, and they'll probably be filming in 2025, maybe 2026, depending on when season 3, if season 3 gets greenlit. They're not going to confirm that on an advert. They're trying to get people in, and they're trying to get people to take up their studio space. So this doesn't confirm or deny in either way whether Doctor Who is cancelled as such. So you can put your mind at ease there a little bit. But what it does do is it does open a discussion, and a very interesting discussion, as to where the show is at. Now, I would all very much recommend, I feel like a teacher, I'm going to recommend some home reading for you all. There's a YouTube video by the wonderful Stu Bagfull talking about, is Doctor Who outdated? I think it's like a little 10-minute video. It's brilliant. And as with most Stu Bagfull videos, it's brilliant. And they're really, really fucking well made. But raise a lot of good points. I think when I watch Stu Bagfull, I sit there and just sort of nod, going, yeah, you're completely right. Yeah. Like he's just sort of preaching to me in the pub or something. I think he's brilliant, and I think that video is brilliant because it raises a lot of very interesting points regarding the future of the show and where the show is at. And the show is currently at trying to recreate the same formula that worked in 2005, when what it really needs is to be completely refreshed. And it made me think, if Doctor Who got cancelled now for 5 years, let's say a hiatus for 5 years, because since 2005, Doctor Who's always been in production, okay? Despite the fact that we've had years off, that's years off without the show, but it has been in production. Even in 2016, where we had nothing the whole year, it was the longest time since 2005 where we had no new Doctor Who. We still got Class. We still got Doctor Who spin-off in that time. If Doctor Who got cancelled, I think would a 5-year, let's say, hiatus be a bad thing? Would it be? Because that's my thought process at the minute. And personally, coming into this era, it's not about going, this doesn't work, this doesn't work, this doesn't work, I don't like it. It doesn't matter, right? What I'm looking at with the current era, I have to look at myself and go, okay, I'm not entirely vibing with it, and I don't know why. But as always, like, I've watched Doctor Who since I was 5 years old. It's a cornerstone of my personality and being. Like, I've enjoyed it my whole life. I love the show. I've grown up with it. And no matter how good or bad I think it is, I will watch every fucking episode. Right? I will. They could drive it into the ground and make it complete shit and I'd still watch it. That's the fact of the matter, I will. But it has got to a point recently where I'm like, I think the expectations of Russell's era was so high that it was doomed to never hit that point. And I think that's where we're drawing a bit of trouble here. A lot of people love it. A lot of people are sort of indifferent to it. A lot of people don't like it. And it's a bit of a mix of everything. Now, the same thing happened with Jodie's era. And there's always a very vocal crowd. And I'm never going to be here to slag off the hard work that the production crew for these things put in. Because it's amazing to, like, as someone who is a filmmaker and wants to write and direct, I know the pressure and I know the stress and effort from every fucking department that goes into something like this, especially something as big as Doctor Who. I do not look at it and go, well, this is useless. I think it's a phenomenal achievement, but I have to look at it from a fan's perspective. As a brand perspective, what does Doctor Who need right now? And I don't know whether a hiatus would be a bad thing, because I think you bring it back after a few years, completely fresh, what does it breed? Does it breed innovation? Does it breed something new? The reason Doctor Who was so successful in 2005 is because it had been off the air for about 10, 15 years. And in that time, new fans are brought up and aspire to be TV writers. Your Russell T Davises, your Chris Chibnalls, your Stephen Moffats, etc., etc. All these writers of modern Who, especially the first few series, were all fans, Wilderness Years fans, who grew up at the end of the classic era and kind of had a passion for writing and would write their own stories. And I think that's what brought it back. Now, I look at the passion and creativity in the fandom and you think, actually, what Russell's doing at the minute is recapturing what worked in 2005, but it's not hitting the same because we're not in 2005. And I think that's where I would say, if it went off the air for a few years and came back with someone who's never worked on Doctor Who before, with a whole new vision, whole new thing, I don't know if that's a bad thing. I think that, if anything, that's quite good. But then I could be entirely wrong. This is just a one man's humble opinion and just a sort of thought process. So I leave the conversation open to you, lovely lot. Please do tell me, what do you think? Do you think Doctor Who would benefit from having a few years off and being completely reinvented? Clearly they tried to reinvent it with the season 1 thing, but it isn't feeling like a rebrand, a refresh, something new. It feels the same formula that we've had for many years now. And I think that's where we're sort of running dry with. Now, maybe season 2 will be better. I hope season 2 will be better. But at the minute, I'm like, I don't know. I'm sort of just debating, because that conversation topic's been brought up, and whether there's any truth to it, there probably isn't. The BBC aren't going to let Doctor Who go that easily. It's a big moneymaker for them. And the brand will always be alive in the form of Big Finish, in the form of novels, in the form of merchandising. It will always, always, always earn that money. But I think for the creativity of the TV show, I don't know. Sometimes I sit there and I question, like, even as a fan who's loved it most of the years of my life since I was 5 years old, would I actually hate it if it was off the air that long? And my girlfriend was asking me about this and going like, oh, well, how would you cope almost without Doctor Who coming on every year? And I actually said, well, I've not seen half of Classic Who, so I'd probably just catch up on that. If I needed my fix, I can just rewatch. And there's a magic to it. I'm rewatching, like, I'm rewatching series 2 at the minute of Doctor Who, Tennant's first series, and I'm very enthralled by how good it is. But, like, you have to ask yourself the question, if that was on TV now, would it be any good? No. It works because of nostalgia, and it works because of, at the time, it was brilliant. And it still is brilliant because of that. and you can still enjoy it, but it's of its time, you know? That the writing and the jokes and the visual style, that sort of language wouldn't work now on modern TV. So we can't try and recreate that lightning in a bottle because it won't happen. We need something new. I'd love Doctor Who to feel like Black Mirror. I'd love to have a season that went full into like horror, you know? And I think we need more story arcs that are stronger, not just random episodes where we go in different places. But honestly, I think as much as I didn't like Flux, I think we need something like Flux. I think we need a big connected story that people would engage in. In the age of streaming, do you have shows like this, which are just like you pop in and pop out week in, week out, and see if you give a shit or not? I don't know. I think if Doctor Who wants to compete with shit like Squid Game and Stranger Things and all that sort of stuff, it has to make a show like one big story again. Do you think Russell will stay around for another Doctor after Shooty? 100%. I don't see Russell going anytime soon. I think he'll stick with it for a while. I just want some different... I personally would like some changes, but like that's just me. I don't know what people think of that. But yeah. What would be your London Bridges falling down plan if Doctor Who got cancelled? Well, as a Doctor Who content creator, it always benefits me to say, oh, Doctor Who needs to keep going. However, as a fan, I don't mind. And as a fan, in my own time, I've just watched stuff I haven't watched, which is a lot of Classic Who, which I still haven't got around to watching. But, like, I think in terms of content, you always find ways of thriving. I have a podcast, and we've managed to keep that going weekly. So it's not like... not like we're struggling, you know. But for content-wise, like on YouTube, I'd just cover old topics. I've enjoyed being nostalgic. Like, I'd love to talk about the episodes that I'm rewatching and stuff, and that's something I'm really enjoying. I watched Age of Steel and Rise of the Cybermen the other day for the first time in years. And it has to be said that story is actually brilliant, and I just completely forgotten half of it, and I loved it. I loved it, and I think that sort of thing is like, oh, I'd love to talk about that, but people don't want to really reminisce. They sort of want to see what the future is, and news and leaks and spoilers and whatever, and that's just not my bag anymore. But I think, if anything, if Doctor Who got cancelled for a bit and had a few years off, I would quite enjoy. I'd quite enjoy just reminiscing a little bit and reviewing stuff that I've never touched on the channel before. I've never really talked about the early New Who stuff, like in terms of specific reviews or anything. Make like a little Doctor Who book club here online. We go and revisit the same episode in the same week and come back and review it. The hiatus would be a negative thing, as it feels we haven't quite rebuilt the Empire yet as we were hoping or led to believe. I agree, but I don't think you're able to rebuild it until you've had that. Personally, I thought this would work 100%. There's a lot of people were going like, oh, Doctor Who's going to be bigger than ever. It's going to be worldwide again. And it hasn't been. If anything, I think Season 1 has been watched less than anyone expected. I don't think it's done amazingly at all. And I think that's disappointing for everyone involved, I'm sure. But the fans love it, and the fans will watch it, and the fans engage with it. But it's not capturing the market as it probably thought it would, or probably promised to Disney that it would do. We have no idea. We have no idea, really. That's the truth of it. And I think, actually, personally, I think a hiatus would work fine for the show, because then you could completely reinvent it, which is what it should have been. Russell should have took the problem was he had the 60th anniversary. What you should have done is it should have had a few years off. Doctor Who shouldn't really have come back in 2024. It should have came back maybe 2025, 2026. Had a couple years off, completely redeveloped the show, have a 60th anniversary special, and then tinker off for a little bit. But I honestly think, if you look back and you think, actually, when Jodie was regenerating, if that ended on a cliffhanger, as devastating as that would have been at the time, give it a few years. You kind of do something refreshing. Look at all these fantastic fan projects, like all these brilliant ideas about like the Doctor being in like retirement, or the Doctor having like memory loss and stuff. There's some great ideas out there that fans are coming up with, and it's sort of better than what I think the show's doing at the minute, or at least more interesting, because at the minute what we seem to be getting is just more of the same. I hope season 2 will be better. I'm going to stop being pessimistic now. Power of the Doctor should have been the 60th. I agree. It's hard to do a celebration of an anniversary when you have nothing, though. You know what I mean? For the future, if you were to put it on hiatus, it should have been done a few years ago. And I think the time to do it is soon, if they're gonna do it. If not, we'll get to the 70th anniversary and have to do another special for that and bring back fucking Matt Smith. Honestly though, who knows? The industry is harder. It is getting harder. But that's why you need up-and-coming writers. That's why you need creatives who are new and fresh. And I'm not just pointing at myself, but like you need people with fresh ideas and that sort of thing who are coming from a different perspective to what we've had. Russell did a fantastic job with Doctor Who, and he has done even still, but he's not going to give it that same fresh feeling that 2005 Doctor Who had, because that was after a long year break. It's not the same. I don't know. And it's little things. Can Murray Gold fucking release a soundtrack? Like, can he just fucking pull his finger out and do it? I am sick to death of talking about this. I know he has his reasons. I don't give a fuck. I'm sorry. Like, there's no excuse why the BBC isn't pushing him and why he's refusing to do it. Other than he's lazy. And I genuinely... I know this sounds like I'm being a fucking troll and just shouting at the fucking abyss. But my point is... Like, I look at soundtracks for other TV shows, for other things, for other projects. You look at any Star Wars show, any Marvel show, any other fucking TV show. The second the finale airs, the soundtrack is on Spotify, like that, readily available, and in shops. You don't ever get that with Doctor Who. We got that with Sega Nakanola. We don't get that now. We don't get it now because Murray can't be fucked. And he has his reasons. Oh, because someone leaked a soundtrack back in Series 9. What? Yeah, and it's the internet. People want to hear the music. They're going to put stuff out there. Obviously, it's bad. I'm not condoning it, but for fuck's sake, like, release your music then. It is obviously a difficult process. It is. But why the BBC don't see the value in the merchandising of a Doctor Who soundtrack is fucking mental to me. There are a lot of fans in this community who are desperate for new music, desperate for these releases. We got the fucking Goblin King one because they wanted to hit Christmas #1, which was never going to fucking happen. And then nothing. Absolutely fucking diddly squat. We've had fucking no Series 10 soundtrack still, and that's been however many fucking years. When did that come out? 2017? And then now we've got the 60th anniversary, which came out 2 years ago. Nothing. Not even a fucking whisper. They've done the proms, for fuck's sake. I've sat in the fucking Royal Albert Hall and heard the music live with Murray in the fucking room, surrounded by fans who are desperate to hear his brand new music, yet he sits there and goes, nah, I don't think there's an appeal for a soundtrack. Are you fucking mental? What are we doing? What are we doing? I love fan creations and fan covers of the music from the show, but like... There's only so many times I can sit down and watch a fucking YouTube video of someone rescoring stuff that could just be officially released. I know there's a process to it. I know it's hard. But if every other fucking studio manages to do it, why can't we? Rant over. But I'm fucking sick of it. I can't lie. It's getting on my tits now because I love the music of the show, but it makes me resent Murray. And this made me resent Murray back in fucking 2017, 2018 when there was no fucking Series 10 soundtrack. 8 years later, here we are. It's just mental. It's mental. I think music's such an important thing, and a lot of people enjoy that and consume it. Doctor Who is a brand. The one thing we're fucking missing is that fucking the music side of things. The soundtrack side of things. Surely that's easy money. You're printing fucking money. Obviously Murray probably won't get much from Spotify royalties. I'm aware of that, but people will buy the soundtrack. People will buy the soundtrack. People would buy it on fucking vinyl. People would fucking listen to it and pay for it on Apple Music. They will stream the fuck out of it on Spotify. I'm sorry, let's have a look at the Goblin song on Spotify. Just real quick. Because that is absolute fucking ass, by the way. The Goblin song is dog shit, right? It's not a good song. That has 1.5 million plays. That ain't bad, bro. That ain't bad. That's alright. That's up there with some of your top tracks, my friend. I just think, what are we doing? If Murray Gould won't do it, we should get a composer who can. God, I'd love Ramin Djawadi to do fucking Doctor Who soundtrack. I disagree. I think the music's been excellent, and I think especially in the 60th, I think the music for Wild Blue Yonder was brilliant throughout. The whole score for Wild Blue Yonder was brilliant. The Giggle has some great motifs and themes. I think season 1 has some great moments of music. I think Space Babies has a few like call to adventure kinds of themes. I think the music throughout The Devil's Chord was very clever and very well put together. I think the music at 75 Yards is quite haunting and in a way beautiful, but not the most memorable. I think the Sutex stuff at the end of the series I think is brilliant. Like, I had a good time at the proms, and a lot of that was season 1 and 60th anniversary music, and I enjoyed all of it and recognised most of it. It was good. But the problem is, the reason it's not as fucking recognisable is because they don't release the soundtracks. Blair Moat would be a good composer. Ben Foster would be a good one. It'll not happen. As long as Russell's there, Murray will be doing the music, but we've never had a Years and Years soundtrack. Never had an It to Sin soundtrack, I don't think. Nope. Fuck all. Fuck all. Nothing. They don't release any of Murray's music. What did I say? 70? Did I say 75 yards? Oh, I'm out of it today. 73 yards. I don't give a flying fuck. It had good music. Yeah, that's my ranting done with. I just think we're in a weird place with Doctor Who, and I want more, but I want better. I look at the shows that are coming out nowadays and I think, like, God, this is good. I've just watched Game of Thrones for the first time, and even though Series 8 of Game of Thrones was shit, fucking better than Doctor Who is at the minute. And not in terms of quality. Doctor Who has its own audience and its own market. I just wish they'd do something different with it. I wish they'd market it to be slightly older, because we're getting, as a society, we're getting more mature. Do you know what I mean? Like, when I was in school, long time ago, when I was in sixth form, still a long time ago, what, 6-7 years ago, when I was in sixth form, no, I tell you what, let's go even further back. When I was in year 7, right, and I went, this is just an example, this is going somewhere, I promise you. When I was in year 7, I joined secondary school, and I was terrified of everyone. I was terrified of anyone who was sort of bigger than me, and most of the people in my year were the same. Some of them were nutters, but the general vibe was, oh, I'm a bit scared of the people who are like in sixth form, who are older than me, right? When I was in sixth form, a year 7 stabbed me with a fork in the dinner queue. Now, what that tells me is kids are getting fucking braver these days and don't give a shit as much. And I think because of stuff like TikTok, because of stuff like YouTube, because of stuff of like lack of censorship and control online, we're becoming desensitized as a society. So I think as times change, a show like Doctor Who, I think, appeals to more of an older audience now anyway. It would be nice to get that back. If you make the show more serious, you'll pick up more viewers. I genuinely think that. I know they try and aim it towards families, I get that. But they should almost appeal it to adults as well. I think. It's just a different generation, man. We need you to react to your first YouTube video, how to survive the first night on YouTube, on Minecraft. Yeah, fuck that. That's not happening. Anyway, let's do the Hoodle. What are your thoughts on Pete McTeague as a writer? I like Kablam. I don't hate it. I didn't really enjoy Praxis very much, but I do like his love towards the show. But again, I'm just like, is that the right thing that we need right now? I don't know. So the last stream we did was on the 14th, so we're going to go from the 15th onwards for the Hoodle. Time of the Doctor. Wait, what? Empty Dr. Dancers, maybe? Yeah, I don't remember the tape recording bit. Don't remember the drawings of the kids, though. Very interesting. Okay, what else we got here? Voyage of the Damned? Oh, that's ridiculous of me. I just thought Buckingham Palace. I could be wrong. Let's try it your way. That's Under the Lake. Series 9. No, it's not. It's from Series 9, though. Heaven Sent. Oh, we faced the fucking Raven. Come on, man. Ugh, same. Okay. I can't actually hear shit. I haven't actually got my headphones plugged in, I just realised. God damn. Some sort of flickering light and suspense music. I don't know. Listen, maybe. Hang on, hang on, hang on. Cyberman theme and Murray. Nightmare in Silver? No?
Daddy's coming home! Daddy's coming home!
I mean, it's Smith. Oh, it's closing time. I was right with the Cyberman motif then. Nice.
Has something happened? You look different.
Nothing happened, nothing weird.
Don Petheridge snogging Andrea Groom outside the Conservative Club.
Wonderful. I profusely apologise for the Death Eye Turtle Army. Profusely. I don't know. It's definitely Smith. Smith and River, I think. I'm getting. Impossible Astronaut, maybe? Fuck knows. My references to body and gender regeneration are all in jest. Oh! It's Demons of the Punjab. Death Eye Turtle Army is. I was completely off with Geordie. Fuck. Very good, very good. Not a clue with that one. Oh, Vampires in Venice. That cuts directly to Rory celebrating his stag. Yeah. Yeah. Wonderful. Not a fucking clue. Daleks in Manhattan? No. Angels Take Manhattan? Yeah, it's one of the Manhattans. Salcott's Geordie era, I'm thinking. Resolution. Nope. I'm really not sure with this one. This is quite a good one, though. It's a good shot. Ooh. I don't fucking know. Oh shit, it's a newish one then. Oh, this is from the fucking Legend of Ruby Sunday. That checks out. I don't know what the S Triad is a giveaway anyway, but yeah. Too easy, too easy, too easy. There you go. Oh, it's End of Time Part 1. It's the fucking master. Dinner time! fuck's sake, what is that again? Old BBC logo, so it's a few years ago. When Smith's era? I don't know. Hide? No, it's not. This is Jodie. Oh, this is Resolution, for fuck's sake, innit? It's not. Fugitive of the fucking Jadoon? Is it? Oh no, no, hang on. I almost fucked it there. This is the Ux. It's the Battle of Ranskor of Kolos. Yep. I need to rewatch Jodie's era, man. I feel like I'm missing some stuff.
Been kidnapped by an insane computer. Been kidnapped by an insane computer.
What's the music?
By an insane computer.
The music's very like, I almost want to say like the Shakespeare Code. I know it's not, but the music is very.
Here we go. C.
What?
Here we go. C.
Not a clue. Planet of the Ood?
You could wipe us all out in seconds. Why is it playing this game?
Oh my god, what the hell is this? I'm gonna kick myself 100%. I'm guessing Series 4. Or Planet of the Dead. It's one of those ones where I'm like, I just don't know it.
All the decent men are on the other bus.
All time lords.
Huh?
All the decent men are on the other bus.
All time lords.
All
What?
the decent men
Well, that
are on the
helps.
other bus.
Other bus? I have literally no idea. A machete chopping. I don't know. It's definitely Series 4. That fires upon pair. Doctor's daughter, maybe? Oh.
Giant wasp.
I mean a wasp. That's
Is it?
Been kidnapped by an insane computer.
What bit's that from?
Here we go. C.
Oh, see, for Christie, Agatha Christie, it's when he's getting the book from the TARDIS. Okay.
Wipe us all out in seconds. Why is it playing this game?
Right, yeah, checks out.
all the decent men are on the other bus.
I don't know
All
that one.
time lords.
That doesn't make any sense. Yeah. I'm trying to remember the name of the fucking episode. Unicorn and the Wasp. Yeah, got it eventually. Still. Attention. Era 1 systems initiated. What the fuck is that? I don't know what that is, man. Fucking Dalek, I don't care. Where did you come from? Where is everyone? When you say everyone, everybody. Magician's Apprentice. I don't know. Oh, those pods, eh? Not much headroom. Oh, I thought I'd be the first up. Steadfast, MedTech 1. What day is this? The end of the world. Again, we only just got here. What the fuck is this? Utopia, maybe? Maybe Utopia. No. Bill! Oh shit, okay. This is really embarrassing then. I was right with Capaldi though. I thought did you do this all the time? Do what? Fly around sorting things out like some sort of intergalactic policeman. Does sort things out. I'm definitely not a policeman. You live in a police box. That's pure coincidence. Fuck's sake. A smile, maybe? Yes. Yes, yeah, the pods. It's smile. Yeah. Yep. Who the fuck is this, man? Who the fuck is this? Who is that? I genuinely have no. This doesn't even ring a remote bell. Definitely like Tennant-ish. Sound of the drums, maybe. Oh, for fuck's sake! It's bloody Well, it's either one or two, isn't it? It's either In the Forest of the Shite, or it's. Yeah, it's In the Forest of the Night. It's too high quality for Series 5, I think. Yeah. Terrible episode. Terrible episode. What the fuck is this again? I recognise this low key. Witchfinders? I'm thinking Geordie. No, this isn't. No, it's even newer than that. It's fucking 73 yards. Yep. Like the fireplace and the yep. I'm with it. Very good. Well, that's the hoodle for the week then. Oh, dearie me. What else has been going on this week? We've got a charity auction to talk about, maybe. That's interesting. Let's have a look. Let's have a quick look at that. Prop store. This isn't open yet, but it's something that's going to be open very soon. For people to be looking at. They've got a Doctor Who auction. No, I'm already signed up. There's a Doctor Who online auction coming up where they're basically getting rid of a bunch of Doctor Who stuff for the wonderful cause that is children in need. Now, this is going live on the 11th of February and will go on to the 25th. So, they are giving away all the... Well, not giving away, but they're putting up for auction all of these props from the 11th of February. So, if you want to check it out, here is what they'll be selling. And this is just something interesting to talk about. Because there's some really interesting stuff on here, which I guess kind of talks about the future of what the show no longer needs in their store, which makes sense. Adventure in Space and Time, TARDIS, from 2013. Interesting. Half Dalek. So it's from an exhibition. This is a really interesting one, because it's like genuinely half a Dalek. They've kind of just cut the middle out of it a little bit, and that's all good, but just kind of to show you the inside and how that works and how it looks. I think that's kind of cool. It's also been sat around in storage for years, though. The Dalek, which are the robot thing from Bad Wolf, which is great. Again, that'll probably... All the big ones will go for a lot of money. It's the small ones that will be interesting to look at. Molds for the Clockwork Droid faces. Hoyk's complete costume and head. Pete Tyler costume. Rose costume. I'm going to ignore most of like the t-shirts and stuff. Mostly going to just look at the cool ones. London 2012 Olympic Torchrunner costumes. That's pretty cool. This is cool. I guess if you're a Doctor Who fan and you're going to get married, buying like the screen-used Runaway Bride dress is actually, that kind of goes hard, low-key. To like wear that, and I'm sure whoever gets this will probably do that, but that's iconic. The pig slave costumes, or including masks, I guess, which is crazy. Kai Swift's costume. All the costumes pretty much from the Voyage of the Damned special, including Max Capricorn's cyborg body. Which, God, where the fuck are you putting that in your house? Do you know what I mean? Who the fuck is buying this? Because really, I mean, it's cool, but what the fuck? And I should know because my name is Max. Weeping Angel statue, and then a pair of Weeping Angel arms. The elephant pub sign. I can't remember which episode this is. Someone update me. Oh, Shakespeare Code. There we go. Shows you in the episode, I suppose. Very cool. Very cool. I don't see many people going for that, but these are all screen news, which makes them like genuine, you know. Jadoon headcast, which would be great for making your own Jadoon heads. That's actually probably like a money maker, that one. If there's much demand for it, I suppose. Ood head, cool to have on display. Very cool to have on display. This is interesting. So Matt Smith's screen test prototype costumes. Does anyone remember these? Other costumes like he might have worn, but didn't in the end. Those famous photos of him wearing them. Very cool. Dreamlord costumes, makes sense. Stonehenge Cyberman photo matched head. Interesting. Bits of Matt Smith's costume. TARDIS generator. Fuck knows what that is. Can't remember what that's from. Van Gogh stuff. Oh, look at these. Look at these. What I really hope as well is someone takes all of the images from this website and downloads them into a portfolio somewhere, because they could be really useful for like behind the scenes stuff. I'd love to have like access to some of these, you know, like Silurian head piece, like appliance, but that's it. You just get a headpiece. Oh shit! I fucked it. Silurian costume, really cool. Weeping Angel wings. Again, more costume, more Doctor costumes. Screen news, of course. Weeping Angel statue. A lot of like behind the scenes stuff. So from the Ganger episodes, the handbot robots, which are kind of cool. I think if you got like a full costume like this, that's a really cool display piece, you know. But the interesting thing about all of these are anything like this that they're giving away, it's likely that they are giving away permanently and aren't going to put together again, which I think is really sad. So some of these things, which you'll remember, are likely never going to see the screen again, which obviously you'd expect that, but just, I don't know, seeing the handbot costumes up here, it's like, oh, damn, we're never going to see them, even in the background. I love that coat so much, and I would kill for that one, but that's not going to happen. I don't think anyone's getting that costume, but it is a cool one. It's a cool one. Melted Dalek, again, kind of cool. Rotten Dalek, more Matt Smith stuff, Weeping Angel, Olympic athlete, Melted Drone Dalek. Interesting one about this, I actually saw these on set when my famous story of when I visited the set of the oh, maybe not these ones. Yeah, no, maybe not this exact one. But I remember I saw the 3D printing room where they were making these Daleks, and they had all these like bits of like paper inside to make it look like they were sort of half built, which I thought was kind of cool. Yeah, Kill the Moon spacesuit stuff. Peter Capaldi shirts, Peter Capaldi coat and a jacket. Loads of cool stuff. 12th Doctor Deep Breath outfit, very cool. A lot of Weeping Angel stuff. Time Lord Soldier. That's cool. That's a cool one to have. I don't think any fucker wants this, to be honest. Parts of the door to the vault. It's very cool. Yeah, the wooden lady. Of course. The monks. Which again, very cool that they include all of this. There's some really banging ones here, mind. I mean, look, you get the full prosthetic mask and the outfit. It's a pretty banging deal, to be fair. Let's have a look at the next page. We get you some even more good ones. But a lot of these are sort of ones from Capaldi, Smith, and Tennant and a bit of Eccleston that they're still lingering around that they don't want to keep anymore. Interestingly, stuff like the Slovene have never been auctioned off, which I think is great to see. Nardole outfit, this will go for a lot of money, no doubt. Look at that beautiful jacket. Oh. And this. I mean, I would kill for this, but this is a great shot of like the rotten in storage Wandasian Cyberman body. But this comes with loads of stuff. You get like loads of torsos and loads of like bits and bats, which I think is really cool. Look at them, man. Look how cool that is. Low-key, very, very cool. And I actually love them, but it is what it is, isn't it? I'm never going to own that because the bid will be far too high, but I do love them. John Smith's jacket from World Muffin Time, Dr. Falls, cool. Get a lot of stuff here. Saranga Conundrum Hospital. 13th Doctor's costume from Resolution. This horrible fucking Tim Shaw prosthetic mask, which is horrible. It's like rotten. It looks absolutely disgusting, and I know that's the whole point of it, but fuck. You've got the one pre-battle damaged and then post-battle damaged, which is just great. Amanda Gill's police outfit. Don't think anyone's picking that one up, because it's just a police outfit, isn't it? Stephen Fry's costume, if anyone fucking wants that. Light up MI6 spy gear. This is cool. Kasavin outfits from the episode, because you get to see really what the headpieces look like as well, which I think is a bit of a unique look. We didn't get to see what they look like before, and they really do look like the Vord, don't they? And then they like light up. There's lights in them. Light up Kasavin costumes. Wow, that's really cool actually. They've got the lights built into them. Fuck, that is actually kind of sick. I can't lie. I'm a fan of that. 13th Doctor tops, pretty cool. Weeping Angel wing. Collection of costumes from Series 12, Episode 3, which is what, Orphan 55. Brilliant. That's really funny. Skithra Queen outfit is pretty cool as well. There's some good ones here. That's pretty banging. Captain Jack stuff here, looks like. Oh no, it's not, is it? No, it's not. I thought I was just Nikola Tesla's not a terror. Interesting. The Ashad one is pretty fucking cool, okay? That's so cool. Such a shame they're getting rid of that, but I guess you can't really bring that one back, can you? What the fuck is... What's the control panel? Fuck, what? Polyurethane armor pieces, including a helmet, 2 legs, breastplate, backplate, bicep piece, gauntlet. Also, a bodysuit with wire details and plastic sleeves, with metal cuffs on one sleeve, 2 gloves are made of rubber latex, one and a pair of boots. All pieces have been painted to a lot of rusted metal. Also included with the lot of controls on how dim and bright the lights are. Christ. Additional spare neck pieces, all made of foam latex, and spare wires and scrap metal included, as well as 2 metal leg braces that were ultimately not included in the costume seen on screen. A number of costume labels are included, and the head is deliberately cracked and distressed. Cool. Also, a side note, what a cool Cyberman design that headpiece would have been. Like, literally the perfect Cyberman design. Fuck's sake. They had it so close. Spacesuits, stuff from Series 12. Stuff from Flux as well. Swarm. Yeah, bunch of stuff here. Kate Stewart's outfit. This was a funny one. The statue from Legend of the Sea Devils. I don't know. I think a lot of people are thinking this is quite a big thing. I think this is quite a small statue that they've just shot really close. Okay, yeah, again. Oh, to be fair, 3 meters by 2 meters by 1.5 meters. So it's quite big. Yeah, Christ, that's taller than me. That's a full-size statue then. Fuck. That's low-key. That's kind of crazy. I can't lie. Who's buying that? It's a good garden piece. Full Sea Devil costume, which tells you they're probably not being used in the war between land and sea. Good to know. Don't you Doctor outfits? Prison outfit, of course. Cyber conversion chair. The Master's TARDIS cube. That's a pretty cool one, because that's always in his TARDIS. Remember this? Like the big thing in the middle? Why, that's fucking massive, though. Jesus Christ. It's a meter by a meter by a meter. So the Sea Devil is 3 times as big as that. Oh, fuck me. That's massive. Shame there's no bits of the TARDIS being sold off, but I guess they want to keep those. Cybermaster outfit. Very cool. Screen match traitor Dalek. Traitor Dalek depository. Very cool. This is funny. The Sylvine skin suit. Oh, that's awful. That's actually horrible. Cool that it actually unzips low key. But that's gonna break really easily. Captain Jack's... Oh, this is from Torchwood as well. Captain Jack's desk from Torchwood. I mean, very cool. You can't knock it. Cyberwoman outfit. Yeah. That's a lot of fun. Questionable to anyone who ends up buying that. And then a few other things. Lower half of a red Dalek. But yeah, these are all up for auction on February 11th. I'm probably going to check it out. There's definitely some ones I would be interested in. And I'll probably have a look again on the 25th and see what the price of everything is. And if there's anything that's like relatively cheap that I would actually want in my house, I might actually get something. Who knows? And if I do, you'll be the first to hear about it here on the Who Bulletin. Anyway, that is it for this week. I am, as I said, a little bit ill and a little bit fucked. So I'm taking this one easy. I was hoping to do Twitch this week, but I'm not going to. Evidently, Christ. We'll be back next Tuesday, hopefully. Stay tuned on Twitter and Discord, linked below, as to what we end up doing. But yes, if all goes as planned and I'm feeling better next week, then we'll be doing another Who. Oh, we're not going to be doing a Who Bulletin next week. Maybe we will. I don't know. It depends on how I feel. Send a link to the auction page. Of course I can. But yeah, we'll be back with the Who Bulletin now the next week or the week after. Definitely something. Just keep your eyes out, keep your eyes peeled, and we'll have something very soon. But in the meantime, have a lovely week. Wishing you all the best, and yeah, see you soon. Bye bye.